The Miz is one of the most underrated stars in WWE history. He started as the most annoying person in the world in 2006, and quickly built a great heel persona up before his WWE title reign in 2011. Since then he has developed a Hollywood movie star gimmick and started to be recognised for the talent he has. Hello and welcome to Superstar Ratings. Before we start, please make sure to like, share and power driver that subscription button. Today we look at the A-lister, The Miz. In Superstar Ratings we will take 10 aspects of a WWE superstar and rate them out of 10, equaling a total of 100. These aspects are moveset, finisher, selling, character or gimmick, promos, entrance, physique, athleticism, classic matches, and finally, credibility. Let's begin with moveset. Miz's moveset is pretty basic, although he has started to add springboards to his moveset, but usually he keeps it grounded and quite basic. He does have an excellent DDT and an excellent powerbomb which he does off the ropes, where he'll pick them up, bounce them off the ropes before hitting his powerbomb. I know he did that on Dolph Ziggler in their classic matchup. He also does a great soccer ball kick and a soccer ball kick and a great awesome clothesline in the corner, which is called the Awesome Clothesline. Very original. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for that. Miz has two finishes. He has the skull crushing finale, which is gets him behind the back and sweeps their leg, basically pushing him down in a frontward motion. It looks pretty shoddy, to be honest. But he also does have the figure 4 leg lock, which he uses, which he took from Ric Flair in that short run where Ric Flair was his mentor for some reason, even though Ric Flair wanted to mentor Dolph Ziggler in real life. But oh well, whatever. And they gave it to The Miz when his first awful babyface run. But you know, I like the fact that he does have a submission and a pinfall finish, but neither are great for him. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Selling. Miz's selling can be awkward at times, as I said with Becky Lynch on the last episode, but I will say he has improved over the years, and he has become quite a good seller. He can definitely sell that emotion of a match, so I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for that one. Character and gimmick. Miz plays an amazing heel. No one can take that away from him. His movie star gimmick has been excellent over the past, 5 years now? And now he's playing a face. The first time he did this face run, it was awful. No one cared about him. No one liked him. So he's pretty much still a heel. But this face run started in the end of 2018. Has been actually pretty good. And he started to get quite over as a face, which is odd that Miz is a face and getting cheered. Miz getting cheered does scare me a little bit. But you know, Miz is great. So the fact that he can play a great heel and he's started to play a great face, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 because I do believe he needs more time as a face to really solidify that he can play a face well. Promos. Regarding promos, Miz is definitely one of the best, if not the best on the roster currently, and one of the best of all time. You only need to see Talking Smack or Raw Talk back in the day on the WWE Network, which you can get for $9.99, don't you know, to see proof of his master mic work. He did a great promo on Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack, and he had a great feud with The Miz. He had a great feud with The Miz, yes. No, he had a great feud with Dolph Ziggler back in 2016, where again his promo skills were on full show. Definitely, easily a 10 out of 10. Entrance. Miz's theme song's alright, I guess, but there's nothing major in his entrance that really makes him stand out. He has the Hollywood intro now, you know, quiet on the set, sort of thing. And the flashing cameras, which is good, and you know, all the crowd sing along with awesome. But again, I don't think it's anything major, so I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Physique. Miz is not known for his great physique. And he does look pretty flabby at times, like Chris Jericho circa 2008, I believe? So 2010. When he started to get a bit, you know, on the bigger side. So for that I can only give Miz a 7 out of 10. He has started to improve though, so good for him. Athleticism. Miz is never known for going top rope, and he's known for not catching his opponents when they're doing dives. As R-Truth has said, if you ever seen that video where R-Truth does a front flip over the top rope and Miz just basically just moves out of the way and Truth goes crashing to the ground. How he was not injured during that, I do not know. But he has started to incorporate some dives, as we saw at Fastlane and the Royal Rumble. He's starting to include dives and springboards into his moveset, which is pretty good. But I can't give him anything more than 7 for this. Great matches. Most of his great matches have come in the last 3 or 4 years, as he's really ramped up his ability in the ring. Again, I mentioned earlier the feud with Dolph Ziggler when he had that 5-star match against him in No Mercy, and then stole the show again in a ladder match a couple of months later at TLC. 2018 was arguably his best year as an in-ring performer, as he stole the show in a match where, well, I'll set the scene. At Backlash 2018, no one was interested in Miz and Rollins, but everyone was interested in every other match, and every other match did not deliver, but Miz and Rollins did. They stole the show that night and had one of the best matches of the year. Then at SummerSlam in 2018, Miz took on Daniel Bryan finally, and they of course had one of the best matches of the year again. In early 2018, Miz was involved in a feud with Roman Reigns as well, and he managed to even pull a classic match out of Roman Reigns, which is very tough to do. Only a select few can actually do that. And then this year, he has also had a great match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. A great Falls Count Anywhere street fight sort of match. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 for this. Credibility. Miz is a former WWE champion, 2-time US champion, 7-time tag team champion, mixed match challenge winner, not like anyone cares, Money in the Bank winner, Grand Slam champion, and he also main evented WrestleMania 27, one of the worst WrestleManias in history, so well done to him. But again, I can't give a 10 out of 10 because he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. Can't wait for that day. People are going to be up in arms. Then The Miz made it into the Hall of Fame. Who would have thought that? This real world reality star becoming one of the best of all time. 9 out of 10 for The Miz in this category. Overall, Miz reaches a 79 out of 100, the lowest score on this list so far, but by no means is 79 out of 10 bad in any aspect. That is still pretty good. Miz's main strong suits are his promos and his character work, and his in-ring ability has started to catch up to that as well. If he just had a bit of a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Pompous entrance, really? More pomp and circumstance on his entrance, worked on his physique, kept adding more athletic moves to his moveset, his repertoire, and got a better finisher, I definitely could see him getting an 85 or an 86 if I ever redo The Miz Superstar ratings. Thank you for listening. Again, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Next episode will be one of my personal favourite wrestlers of all time, The Game, Triple H.